Hi, I'm Shirley Jones, and this is Gemma Wenger's Hollywood.
Academy Award nominee for The Godfather, so that's probably what you're best known for.
Boy, I'm pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and 4-time Golden Globe Award nominee.
Yeah, I never win anything. Just like getting awards and no jobs. I'd rather get a job. They're going to give me a piece of glass.
I know.
can't eat
You
that
eat
glass.
regular
Oh,
that way.
nice.
God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. You take care.
How about a kiss goodbye? Adios.
Hello, I'm Martin Landau.
Hi, I'm Florence Henderson, and you're watching Gemma Wenger's Hollywood.
I'm Gemma Wenger, and you're watching Gemma Wenger's Hollywood. I'm live from the red carpet at the Hollywood Museum at the Oscar viewing party, and I'm excited to have a special co-host with me, Kelly Carrey, and between the two of us, there's a lot of fun and a lot of excitement, so you're going to want to stay tuned. This is Kelly Carrey, and she's an actress. She was in Hope's Legacy, as well as Days of Our Lives and Port Charles. And now you've come all the way from Sacramento to be an actress, to come to Hollywood and pursue your dream.
I have. I did a little hop, skip, and a jump. I went to San Francisco first before here. One of our friends, Terry Moore, is going to get an honorary award, which we're excited to see, and she's so well deserving of it.
And I can't believe it. Terry Moore is 91 years old, and she's still studying acting.
Yes, and she just did a movie about Rudolph Valentino, and they filmed it at another Hollywood big location, which is a Hollywood cemetery. So it's quite fascinating. It's quite fascinating. A lot goes on in Hollywood that a lot of people don't know about, and this is one of the hot spots, the Hollywood Film Museum.
Well, you know a lot about Hollywood. What's the best part about being an actress?
Wow. Well, the best part is to be able to live your truth and your passion. So you bring that to your character. That's the best part.
What is the worst part about being an actress?
Oh, the worst part is when you prepare so long for a role and you get down to 3. Like I was up for the lead in She Spies, a TV show quite a few years ago, and it got down to the 3 of us and they cast somebody else. So
I know there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of heartbreak. How do you deal with it? I mean, you seem like somebody who just bounces back up.
yeah, I do because I don't take everything too seriously. I don't take acting too seriously, and I don't take myself too seriously. So I'm not gonna let that get to me. You know, it's just I go with the flow. And they say how you're supposed to live is to live in the moment.
And your faith is important to you.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't for God, I couldn't have the faith. And He will guide you. He will lead you.
So the Lord guides you and directs you through prayer.
Absolutely. And you have a ministry which is fabulous.
Yes, it is fabulous. Thank you, Kelly.
It is. You're very anointed, and I know you've helped so many people in Hollywood. So that's even a bigger deal than being an actor, that's for sure.
Well, thank you.
A lot of the people here, especially Terry Moore, who's getting an honorary, she's a godly woman. She's a woman of God.
Loves the Lord, prays. I prayed with her before. She's prophesied over me and was very powerful.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's amazing. She has a gift of prophecy. That's excellent.
We found the iconic Terry Moore, who is receiving the Icon Award for Film. How did that make you feel that you're getting this award,
I tell
Terry?
you, I'm so thrilled. I mean, I can't thank Roger enough and his wife, Marianne. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
That's right. He said there's no way Terry Moore is going to leave this earth without an award.
That's right. That's right. And here it's happened, and I'm here, and I'm so happy about it.
Oh, and we're so happy.
We were talking about you, how you still go to acting class, that you still go to the actor's studio, and you've done so much, and you're ever learning.
Well, you have to ever learn, because as your life gets longer, you need more learning.
That's right.
Yes.
Now you've done, I don't want to get this wrong, 129 movies? Is that correct?
I hope so.
That's quite a few. That's quite a few. And you enjoyed all of them?
No.
No?
No.
No.
I didn't like some of the actors.
Some of the actors? What was your favorite movie that you made?
Probably the actor I loved the most was Tyrone Power, King of the Khyber Rifles.
Wow. He was great.
Gorgeous. And not only that, in World War II, he was joined the Marines, and he shot down more Nazi planes than any other Marine.
Wow. I didn't know that, did you?
Nobody knows it hardly.
You know,
Only the inside actors know these things.
that's right, and we did a great interview on Gemma Wenger's Hollywood at my house. That was wonderful. Everybody
so glad.
loved it.
I'm glad.
You have the best stories of all, and you stay so sweet and humble. And I know that you're rooted and grounded in your faith.
Well, if you live as long as I have, you got a lot of good stories.
Well, not everybody has the stories you have. You have stories with, Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, Robert Mitchum,
There's not
Tyrone Power,
everybody.
Robert Wagner. I mean, there's not one.
That's right. There isn't one.
So not everyone has those stories when
No,
they've lived.
no.
Can you tell us your age on camera?
91.
Oh my goodness. 91 and looking like 70-something here.
70.
That's
How
right.
dare you?
No, we're going to like 40. 40.
40.
Yeah.
We're making it happen at 40.
Okay.
91 is the new 41.
Anyway, God bless you girls, and have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Yes, and we look forward to you
Congratulations.
receiving your award, and pretty soon we look forward to you receiving your Academy Award.
That's right.
Yes,
What
God,
are you
yes.
working on now?
The Academy Award.
Any films?
Well, there are always films. Yes, I'm still working on my film Silent Life, and
Wow.
also Evie Rose.
That sounds fabulous.
Yes, I'm so excited about both of them. And I want you girls are going to be invited to the premiere.
Oh, great.
Oh, wonderful. We have an
Oh,
invitation.
Gemma Wenger's audience will like that. That's for sure.
Absolutely. See you girls later, and God bless you both.
You are very famous for the wonderful, wonderful TV show Family Affair. Can you tell us a little bit what that experience was like?
Oh, it was terrific. I mean, I had been working ever since I was, well, professionally, since I was 8. One of the first movies I did was The Ten Commandments. So it's so exciting to be at the Hollywood Museum, where I'm just surrounded by history and fabulous stars. But I love doing The Ten Commandments. And then I worked, and then went on the interview for Family Affair. I was already in college. And the rest, they say, is history. It was on for 5 years, still on, you know, after all those years. And the biggest news is I have a new show called Aunt Cissy, which is a
Oh,
spin-off.
perfect.
From the show.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're doing that.
Yes, and then I'm doing another show called TV Dinners, where I interview classic stars and we cook. And I've written 2 cookbooks, on my 3rd, but we cook
Great.
and talk and catch up with them. And then my 3rd new show I'm doing, I'm the creator and executive producer, is called Before and After, and that's on Unlighted TV and Bravo. And so we take someone and help them find out who they are, help transform them. It isn't just like skin or hair, but it's like the mind and the body and the spirit, you know, to make them whole and feel good about themselves.
Wow, we might need to do a private interview on
Yes.
Gemma Wenger's Hollywood about that one. That
Yes.
sounds like right up her show.
So you talk about like the spirit, the spiritual aspect. What does that look like?
I think that it's nothing that can be seen. It's, I think, ephemeral. It's something that you feel. It's something that you transmit from inside to, another person, and and listening to them. And if you're kind, then kindness comes back to you.
That's right. You reap what you sow.
We all grew up watching you on Family Affair. I mean, you're part of our childhood. What's that like, being you and being so important in so many people's lives?
Well, when you're doing this show, you don't know how important that you are in someone's life. I've done a lot of autograph shows, and I'm always surprised if someone came up and says, "Oh, I loved your show." I was alone, and I would come, and it was something that I listened to and watched because that gave me a comfort. My parents were gone, and we were really the babysitters. And so I said, that is something.
You were my babysitter. I can attest to that.
Yes.
Only she was spoiled.
What?
Only she was spoiled.
Were you spoiled?
Yes, because I had Family Affair and I got to watch it. Now, Aunt Cissy, will Forrest Whitaker be making an appearance on that show? No. He doesn't want to do it. No.
Well, yeah. It's a whole new cat because most of the people are gone. And it's like instead of Uncle Bill, there's Aunt Cissy. And instead of three kids,
So you have
there
kids.
are two teenagers that were Buffys that I
that'll be
inherited.
good.
And I had never been married, so lots of situational comedy.
This
that's
sounds
going to
great.
Wonderful. So after you finished with Family Affair, what was it like? After it was over, was it a real letdown, and where did you go from there?
I went to London. Actually, at first...
I was on a London stage with Lawrence Olivier.
That was a real letdown. What a letdown.
I actually went to Israel and did an Israeli performance of Family Affair in Hebrew.
Wow.
Now, I don't speak Hebrew.
Wow.
I'm actually Catholic, but I learned phonetically Ani Habata Reshona. So after Israel, I went to London. I went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art.
Oh, how fabulous.
then came back and did a lot of stage and a lot of voiceovers and audiobooks. And so I broke away from that and got a master's at UCLA. So,
Whoa.
you know
You are
what?
ambitious.
In theater arts. I got my bachelor in speech in drama. But after a series like that, there is that typecasting. But as I heard on the radio, I think yesterday, said I'd rather be cast than not. It doesn't matter if it's
Absolutely.
typecast, just cast him. So,
And I know
agree.
a lot of the shows, Brady Bunch, they all say that there was a lull and you get typecast. But your shows were so phenomenal. I mean, to be a part of that nowadays, they don't stay on the air too long, and
Right.
people don't connect as much as they did back then. And like Gemma said, you're a part of everybody's childhood.
There isn't that family feeling, that family motif nowadays, and people are so hungry for that family, for that love. They don't have it.
and that's why
true.
we're doing Aunt Cissy. And also, you have to remember, back then there were only 3 channels. There were just CBS, NBC, and ABC. So you know where to go. And now you can't find any. There's 990. You talk about a little overload.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm like on channel 472.
That's right. Hey, you're on a channel. That's all that matters.
That's a good point.
Pretty soon we'll be on 2 million channels.
Yes.
Any YouTube or anything.
Yes. Anything else that you want to say to the audience as far as you've really been successful, you've endured, you persevered, you made it through? Any obstacles that you really had to overcome that you're like, I'm so glad it's over?
Tons of obstacles. The second book I wrote was Surviving Cissy, and they're just obstacles in everyone's life. Our house burned down. My husband almost died from a freak accident.
Lord.
Every person has different things. You just have to bear in mind that life is in cycles. Something else will happen. To keep a good heart, to keep a good soul, and persevere.
I have Lydia Cornel and Lawrence Levy with me tonight, and you were on Too Close for Comfort and so many other things, and you're an award-winning producer.
Writer, yeah. I've written for all these shows in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Seventh Heaven, Seinfeld, Roseanne.
Seinfeld, Emmy. And
I won a
where did-
Writers Guild Award for Seinfeld. Nominated for a couple of Emmys, but I won the Writers Guild Award, yeah. And what else? Saved by the Bell, all these shows. It was fun. But I have a series of historical fiction books out now. The Mary Hanley Mysteries.
We're just laughing.
Why are you laughing at me?
Sorry, nothing. You're really good.
That was a good segue into this.
Go ahead.
Boom. What I'm doing now, I guess. The latest one is near Prospect Park. It just came out a couple of weeks
Oh, that's in New York, near Manhattan, Prospect Park.
about a female detective in Brooklyn in the late 19th century when there were no female detectives back then, and she was a real person. So it's a lot
Random
of fun.
House, Penguin Random
Yeah,
House.
it's Penguin Random House Publishing.
Now, you've had a lot of great achievements, and there are writers and then there are writers. So what makes you so special?
My mommy liked me a lot.
That'll do it, honestly.
I like him a lot.
Yes?
No, I enjoy what I do. I love writing, and it gives me a lot of fulfillment, and I'd do it even if I wasn't getting paid. Not that I don't want to get paid, but I
You have a family to feed.
that's true. I did. I put 2 kids through private school and college with that, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're a beautiful actress.
Thank you. I'm a writer, and I'm writing a book called Hiding My Brain in My Bra.
Interesting. I can only guess what that's about. Tell us.
It's not what you think. It's about the most absurd, humiliating adventures in Hollywood as a woman in spiritual growth. It's about finding your soul in a shallow place. And I raised 3 boys and 2 dogs, including my husband, and they all went through puberty at the same time. So I write comedy. So ever since I had my so-called awakening 25 years ago, I just started writing comedy nonstop. But
How do you begin to write comedy?
it comes from tragedy. You turn tragedy into comedy. I had this thing happen 25 years ago. I call them God shots. I woke up one day, I had this epiphany after I got sober 25 years ago, and everything became funny. Everything's funny. So I write comedy. I do stand-up, and
she's great at it, too.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, what was the best part of being an actress?
Too Close for Comfort, being Ted Knight's daughter. And we might do a reboot, I'm hoping. And doing Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. We both work with Larry. We know Larry. He's a friend. A friend of yours.
Right,
He's funny.
Worked on Seinfeld, yeah. Larry, he's terrific. Yeah.
What was that like working on Seinfeld?
It's a great show. I mean, it's really funny when you used to talk to Larry about stories. It would be, think of the most insignificant, petty thing, and that's a story we'll do. Which is true in a lot of ways.
We'll make a big deal about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very important to the character.
Right, exactly. And so I had to go. The episode I wrote that I won the Writers Guild for was called The Mango. It's when Elaine told Jerry that all the time they were dating, she never had an orgasm.
Did you ever see that episode? It's hilarious.
I don't think I did. I think I missed a couple, but I'm sorry. But I will go find it on YouTube or somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, it's syndicated all over the place, Yeah.
You still get residuals for that.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to get those checks.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. So now, how did you guys meet?
I got this humanitarian award was it 2 years ago? Last July.
Yeah.
The year before. Elizabeth Montgomery Humanitarian Award, and he showed up. I had just been going through a horrible breakup, and my eye was swollen from crying. I literally had a sty from crying, and he came to this thing, and we saw each other the second time I've ever met him. And 6 months later, we started dating. It was really sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
The other guy dumped me in a text after proposing marriage.
The idiot dumped her. That's all I got to say.
Exactly. Yeah, really, how could you dump this? I mean, my gosh, gorgeous. Well, no, I got to stand up straight and look like you. So anything that you want to tell people about Hollywood that they don't know?
That it's if you're just because you're cute, don't think you can be successful. You have to have a passion for it. You have to be in love with acting, writing, directing. Never lose your vision and try to change the world. Bring hope. I like projects that bring hope, stories that uplift and inspire. I'm really tired of no offense to Ray Donovan, but I'm a little tired of the constant murder and mayhem. We need a little more positive love.
I would agree. Even we talked about this series like Leave It to Beaver and things like that, and it's just wholesome and very family oriented, and it just is a great role model for everybody, children and adults.
What do you think, Larry?
What do I think?
Like murder, his books are
Murder and mayhem. No,
You know, the writers lead Hollywood, and that's the bottom line.
I believe in good entertainment. You know, whatever it is. You know, whether it's edgy or not edgy, or wholesome or not wholesome, as long as it's well done, and written well, and acted well, and directed well. I mean, that's me in general.
With forensic my son's 25. They all love forensic files. They all love Dateline. It's this constant murder and CSI. I don't think it's good for us.
Yeah, let's glorify things that are positive, not the negative. There's so many people doing great things in the world that why are we focusing in on this murder or this demented person or this criminal mind?
Man's dark side is not that interesting to me anymore. I've seen it all. I just want to see how do you get through life with some resilience and keeping your spirit up.
And how have you done that?
Through falling up.
Falling up, I like that.
That's the title of my other book. I just had this amazing catastrophic awakening 25 years ago, and it's been a journey of finding the good, just keeping focused on the good. If you constantly look for the good, if you look for beauty, you'll find it everywhere. But gratitude is the activator. You have to
be thankful for what you have.
Every day. Wake up if you're depressed and think of 5 things to be grateful for. And then add another one every day. And pretty soon you're going to be in a different...
And pretty soon you get up and you'll only have things to say that you're grateful for because you won't have time to do anything else. No, I'm just kidding. But, but you know, along the other lines we're talking about Hollywood, I think if you have a passion for what you do, and the other thing is persistence. Don't feel like if you believe in yourself, don't let people tear you down. You got to keep on going at it, because if you really love it, that's the way you're going to achieve, you know, what you want, your dreams.
Let your dreams lead the way.
Yeah, exactly. And don't let anybody deter you.
Yeah, that's a tough one for women. Coming up, when I was a sex symbol in the 80s, and they do treat you like you're just an object, and then they throw you away at 35 if you have a wrinkle. But we have to keep moving.
But you're smart.
Yeah, but I used to hide my brain in my bra. That's why I'm writing that book. But I like younger women need...
I mean, some of us never even got to be a sex symbol. You know what I'm saying?
I should be grateful.
Yeah.
I should be grateful. That's great. That was funny.
Kiki Shepard, and I'm presenting the Icon Award to Mr. Oba Babatunde tonight.
Now it says Showtime at the Apollo. What's that?
Great years. It was a wonderful 15-year television show that ran on ABC, all over the country. It was syndicated, and I was the co-host with Steve Harvey.
So now you got to work with, you must have met Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Was he as amazing as we think?
Yes, and when I got to work with him, it was on the Wiz movie, so he was still very, very shy, still wonderful, but he wrote some beautiful music for us. One of my best friends had a birthday. We came in, he had written a song for her birthday. Not happy birthday.
Aww.
He just was a wonderful young man, so I enjoyed working with him on the Wiz.
It must have been a great opportunity to be the host of Showtime at the Apollo, because I remember that show.
If you were anyone in the music industry, from the 90s through the 2000s, you came through at Showtime at the Apollo. It sort of like made you know, you had to be on that television show. And I was so blessed to meet so many people and get to have conversations, get to hear stories and their history. It was wonderful.
So you must know a lot.
Well, I know quite a few, but you know, it's been quite a few born since then. Every day is at least another 10 or 12 wonderful icons.
But something about the talent of the old stars,
yes.
They were well educated.
Yes.
They really learned their craft.
Yes, and they were able to give us lessons to stand on.
Exactly.
They sure did.
So then you said for 15 years, and then what did you do after that?
And then I had my own show called Live in Hollywood here, shot here in Los Angeles for 2 years. And during that time is when I began to do my advocacy for sickle cell disease. So I sort of transitioned into being a founder and executive director of my foundation, and that now is 16 years old.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That's something to be proud of,
wonderful.
yes.
And I still go and do different things, different television shows, different hosting events. But my focus really is on bringing awareness, advocacy, and education about sickle cell disease.
Has your faith kept you focused?
My faith has kept me focused. It's a nice question. And now that you're saying it, that is very, very true. My faith has kept me focused. Because without my faith, I'm sure I would have stepped into some potholes that would not have been good.
Yes.
So I have faith in that this is the path that God has laid out for me. And I have no reason to doubt it because He continues to lay gems and pearls in my path.
Beautifully said.
God has really protected you.
There's a hedge around me without a doubt. Without a doubt.
A hedge of protection.
Hedge of protection, baby.
This is Rebecca Holden and
Joel Diamond.
Joel Diamond. Oh my gosh, I have two heavyweights right here, right? Now, I know that you are starring in the movie Canaan Land. What do you think about that movie?
Well, we hope that it can touch hearts and change lives and be an inspiration to the masses.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know Richard Rossi personally. He saw me on TV like 30 years ago or something, and he's been my buddy ever since.
This is a real pet project for Richard, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. And I know this has been a dream of his for a long time to bring this to the screen. So I'm very honored.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, you're the one to do it. You look so beautiful, so gorgeous, such a fantastic actress.
Tomorrow morning, I've got a 5 a.m. call at Universal doing a sitcom. So,
which one?
I think they're doing a remake of Saved by the Bell. I think that's what it is. So, yeah. So,
well, you look beautiful. And now you, what have you been working on?
He's actually, if I can brag on him a little bit so he doesn't have to do it about himself, he's getting the Music Icon Award tonight. So, yeah, so we're proud for him.
Talk about your work. Talk about longevity in the business.
Longevity? My longevity?
Yeah.
It's a fear of failure.
Keeps you going, I guess.
Keeps you going. Keeps you on the edge.
You never stop.
Never stop. Rocking chair's nowhere in my future.
What's the secret to such success? Like to be on top of your game, not just be mediocre or good.
You got to stay ahead of the curve, learn how to look around the corner, and keep up with everything happening on the Billboard charts. And don't let up.
Where do you see music going today?
If I knew that, nobody does. But it's going.
As long as it's good music.
Yeah.
On a great new album, in fact. It's called Dreams Come True. Duets with some of the most iconic male artists around, and its goal is to inspire, I think. I think that's what entertainment does, and music plays a big role in movies or television. It takes every emotion to the next level.
What an amazing night. We talked to Rebecca Holden and Terry Moore and so many other people. It was just a great evening and so much fun. Thank you for joining me. I'm Gemma Wenger, and you're watching Gemma Wenger's Hollywood.